Dopamine hijacking. The average person touches their phone thousands of times every single day without even realizing it. That tiny buzz in your pocket triggers the same reward system connected to gambling, drugs, and addiction. Every notification acts like a mini jackpot because your brain never knows when the next reward is coming. That unpredictability is what makes it powerful. Social media platforms are designed around variable rewards, the exact same psychological trick used in slot machines. You scroll, refresh, and search for something interesting because your brain expects another hit of dopamine at any second. But here's the problem. Over time, your brain starts adapting to constant stimulation. Regular life begins feeling slower and more boring. Conversations lose excitement. Studying becomes painful. Even silence starts feeling uncomfortable. The real danger is your brain slowly loses its ability to feel satisfied without digital stimulation. And once that happens, your attention no longer belongs to you. It belongs to algorithms carefully designed to keep you scrolling for as long as possible. Attention span collapse. A human brain was never built to process endless streams of information every few seconds. Yet social media forces your mind into constant switching. 1 second you're watching a funny clip, the next second it's a war video, then a celebrity scandal, then a motivational speech. Your brain never gets time to settle. This rapid switching trains your attention span to become weaker over time. Studies have shown that constant short-form content consumption can reduce your ability to focus deeply for long periods. This is where it gets worse. Your brain starts craving novelty every few seconds. Long movies feel too slow. Reading books becomes frustrating. Even normal conversations can feel mentally exhausting because they lack instant stimulation. The scariest part is most people think they're multitasking better when the opposite is happening. Their brains are becoming dependent on constant interruption, and once your focus is damaged, almost every part of life suffers with it. Productivity drops, memory weakens, learning becomes harder, your mind becomes trapped in a cycle of distraction. Comparison. Addiction. Social media quietly turns everyday life into a non-stop competition. Every scroll exposes you to people who seem richer, happier, more attractive, and more successful than you. But your brain doesn't fully understand that most of it is edited, filtered, and carefully staged. Instead, it compares your real life to someone else's highlight reel. And that comparison slowly changes how you see yourself. A normal day suddenly feels boring because online everyone appears to be traveling, partying, achieving goals, and living perfect lives. But here's the problem. The human brain naturally focuses more on what it lacks than what it already has. Social media magnifies that instinct to dangerous levels. Over time, people become obsessed with validation, appearance, and status because their brains start measuring self-worth through likes, followers, and attention. This is why anxiety and depression rates exploded alongside social media usage. The real danger is you stop living your own life and begin performing for an invisible audience. And eventually, your happiness becomes dependent on how strangers react to you online. Emotional overload. Your brain evolved to handle emotional events occasionally, not every minute of the day. But social media floods your mind with non-stop emotional stimulation. In a single hour, you might see someone getting married, a violent crime, political outrage, heartbreaking news, and a comedy clip all mixed together. Your nervous system never gets a break. This constant emotional switching confuses the brain and increases stress hormones like cortisol. But this is where it gets worse. Negative content spreads faster online because strong emotions keep people engaged longer. Fear, anger, outrage, and shock generate more clicks than calmness ever could. That means algorithms often push emotionally intense content directly into your feed. Over time, your brain becomes more anxious and emotionally reactive without you noticing it. People become mentally exhausted while sitting completely still. The scary part is chronic emotional overload can slowly numb empathy too. After seeing thousands of disturbing videos, tragedies stop feeling real. Your brain begins treating suffering like entertainment instead of reality. Identity reprogramming. Most people believe their personalities are completely original, but social media quietly shapes opinions, behaviors, humor, beliefs, and even identity itself. Every platform studies what captures your attention and feeds you more of it. The longer you engage with certain ideas, the more your brain accepts them as normal. This creates echo chambers where people slowly lose exposure to different perspectives. But here's the dangerous part. Your sense of self starts becoming tied to online groups and digital validation. Trends influence how people talk, dress, think, and even what they feel offended by. Entire personalities can be built around internet culture. This is where it gets darker. Algorithms reward extreme opinions because outrage increases engagement. That means social media often pushes people toward more emotional and polarized thinking over time. And once your identity becomes connected to online approval, disagreement starts feeling like a personal attack. Instead of exploring ideas, people defend digital identities they didn't even realize were being programmed into them. Sleep destruction. One of the most dangerous effects of social media happens while people are supposed to be asleep. Endless scrolling at night confuses the brain's internal clock because blue light suppresses melatonin, the hormone responsible for sleep. But the damage goes beyond light alone. Social media keeps the brain mentally stimulated when it should be winding down. Emotional videos, arguments, shocking posts, and constant novelty keep the nervous system activated for hours. This is why many people feel physically tired, but mentally unable to stop scrolling. The real danger is sleep deprivation changes how the brain functions. Memory weakens, emotional control drops, anxiety increases, decision-making gets worse, and this is where it becomes terrifying. Chronic sleep deprivation affects the same areas of the brain linked to depression and mental illness. Some researchers compare long-term sleep deprivation to being mildly intoxicated every single day. Yet millions of people sacrifice sleep nightly for content they won't even remember tomorrow. Their brains slowly deteriorate while algorithms continue profiting from their exhaustion. Fear of missing out. Humans are deeply social creatures. For thousands of years, being excluded from the group could literally mean death. Social media exploits that ancient survival instinct perfectly. Every time people see friends hanging out, influencers traveling, or trends exploding online, the brain interprets exclusion as danger. This creates something called FOMO, the fear of missing out. But here's the problem. Social media never stops updating, so the feeling never fully disappears. There is always another event, another trend, another opportunity, another viral moment happening somewhere else. This keeps the brain trapped in constant anticipation and anxiety. People check their phones compulsively because they fear missing something important. The scary part is most of what they fear missing has no actual impact on their lives, yet the emotional response feels real. Over time, this constant social monitoring increases stress and weakens present moment awareness. People stop experiencing life directly because their minds stay focused on what everyone else might be doing instead. Reality distortion. The most dangerous thing social media changes is your perception of reality itself. Algorithms decide what billions of people see every day, but most users never realize how heavily their worldview is being filtered. Your feed is not random. It is personalized to maximize attention and engagement. That means your brain slowly enters a custom-designed version of reality built specifically for you. If someone constantly watches fearful content, the world begins feeling more dangerous. If someone consumes extreme political videos daily, their beliefs become more extreme too. This is where it gets terrifying. Two people can live in the same city yet experience completely different realities online. Their brains are shaped by entirely different streams of information. Over time, people become disconnected from truth itself because algorithms prioritize engagement over accuracy. The real danger is society slowly loses a shared understanding of reality. And once that happens, manipulation becomes easier than ever before because people no longer know whether their thoughts are truly theirs or simply reactions engineered by the digital world around them. And if you want more videos that break down the hidden patterns of human behavior, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss what's next. If you found this interesting, leave a like. It helps more than you think.